Hi everyone, welcome back to Tron3 Entertainment. This is the MEGO and World's Greatest Superheroes edition, and I'm dedicating this episode to my mom. We lost mom on February 26th of this year, and there isn't a day that goes by that we don't mourn her loss. And she was 90 years old, and you're going to hear the story in the review of when she bought me my first Spider-Man. Before we get into that, I'm going to show you, going back to Eidolon, the Phantom Guardian. I fixed his belt. It's nice and tight now. You can see it's form-fitting. It hugs his hips. And what I did was I tried to carve out a new arrow by cutting off the old arrow, and I didn't cut it just right. So I took the old tip, I glued it on, then I sewed it, and it goes in just right. That'll hold. I don't feel I need a new one. That'll stay there. The stitching is no better or no worse than what you see on the figure. So Eidolon, his belt is looking really good. So, and a big shout out to my friend Isaac at work. I asked him for the pitchfork. You might remember from the previous videos that the pitchfork came broken twice. So I asked him for a 6-inch pitchfork for obvious reasons. And the end is tapered. I asked for bat wings to support the points. He printed out exactly what I wanted. So now Hades has an awesome pitchfork. And put in the comment section, should I get him a shield? I've got this great graphic of a skull that maybe I get rid of the sword and I give him a shield and the pitchfork, and the skull is like really spooky. All right, so Green Lantern, he came just today. Why did I get Green Lantern? Because you remember the previous video where I said Aquaman sucks? Yeah, he sucks so much I sent him back. And it's a shame. It was a good figure. He had a good sculpt on him. He looked good, and the head was just loosey-goosey. But Green Lantern's head is doing pretty good. It goes freely, but it doesn't spin freely. He's posable. He's got the gauntlets. He's got the ring. And he's got the lantern. I'm trying to find my old glow paint. And if it's still good, I want to put a little glow paint in there. Or maybe I'll just make a little glow sticker and I'll stick it in there. What do you think I should do to enhance his lantern? It's a good looking lantern. It's a good looking figure, posable. He's got the green gloves. And Hal Jordan never looked so good. There was another figure of Hal Jordan. He looked a little pudgy, at least he did in the photo. I said, I'm going with the World's Greatest Superheroes version, and I'm very happy with him. And I almost went with building my own Aquaman to replace the one. And I was like, you know what? It would have been easy just to replace his body when I had him, but he's gone now. If he comes back at a later time, that's a different story. So Spider-Man, I had Spider-Man for a while, and Spider-Man was my first and only figure I had as a kid, and I just loved it. I played with him every day. I played with him on the Christmas tree, and he'd be spinning webs all over the house. And this is a good figure. He's got the Velcro back, and it lines up really well, unlike some of the old MEGO figures where like half the spider was all the way up here on his shoulder, and there was like no quality control, but excellent quality control in the suit. Nice blue, a nice color red. The webbing is good. Great job on the Amazing Spider-Man and Green Lantern. 2 thumbs up. Red hands, just like he should have. And so the story was, when I was a little kid, I was at Woolworths with Mom, and they had a line of action figures up on the wall that I couldn't reach. And the only one I remember seeing was Spider-Man. I know they had to have Batman and Robin and maybe Superman there, but the only one I could see was Spider-Man. And being a big fan of the Spider-Man cartoon that was in syndication at the time, I begged Mom and begged her for it. And she looked at the price. She's talking to me in Italian because she spoke primarily Italian. And she's like, "Oh, the thing's $1." And it was 99 cents. It was 99 cents. And so I was like, no, and I begged, Mom, you still get the penny. You get the penny. I'm a little kid, maybe 8 years old. You don't understand what tax is. And I whined and I didn't go into a full a full meltdown. I just wasn't that kind of a kid. I didn't like bringing that kind of attention to myself. But I whined and whined, and finally she got it, and she got me my first Spider-Man. So thanks, Mom. You got me my first Spider-Man. And in the hands of my little brother Pete, where I let him play with it because, I had a brand new brother. He twisted the arm, and me not knowing that there were elastics inside, he broke the elastics. He broke the elastics on me, and he went completely limp. And I went to Mom, and she opened it up. She sewed him back together, and he stayed together. He wasn't tight or posable anymore, but he wasn't falling apart. So Mom fixed my first Spider-Man. I'm not sure what happened to it, aside from the fact that it broke and it probably got in pieces around the house and got thrown away at some point. And the following Christmas, maybe, I got another Spider-Man figure because I was missing this one. And they bought me a second Spider-Man. And lo and behold, something happened to that one I don't remember, and it's gone. So I've had two Spider-Man figures as a kid, maybe a third, but I know I had at least two. So this Spidey is at least my third. It's going to be my final. I had to get him, especially when Mom was sick, and now that she's gone. These figures are memories of my childhood, and it's very important for me to remember the good times I had as a child, when we had Mom, when we had Dad, and when I had Spider-Man. And now I have Green Lantern to add to my collection. Aquaman, you won't be missed. But you may miss more exciting videos if you don't like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.